Hi everyone, my name is Ari Santosh, and today I'm going to be presenting on emperor penguins and their contact calls. So just starting up with some basic facts about emperor penguins. Their scientific name is Aptenidides forsteri. They're exclusively found in Antarctica and live on stable sea ice about 50 to 100 kilometers from open water. They are monogamous by season, which means that they breed during winter, have a baby penguin with a selected mate, and remain with that selected mate as the baby penguin matures. And by the next breeding season, once the baby penguin has matured, mates are reselected and the cycle continues. But during that entire breeding season, the mate and the baby chick stay together as a family of sorts. Emperor penguins live in massive colonies of up to 10,000 plus birds, which makes maintaining a family within the colony difficult, which is understandable because all of them look the same. So, in a colony of 10,000 plus birds, how are you supposed to find your mate, you know? Um, so let's hear how these penguins sound. All right, so that's quite a sound, isn't it? So, uh, essentially, that what you just heard is the contact call of emperor penguins. Its purpose is to keep families together. Like we said, that was a previous issue. So it keeps families together within a much larger colony of penguins. The call of each penguin is unique, like a fingerprint, due to the different acoustic structuring of each penguin's call. Chicks have the ability to memorize their parents' call within days of hatching, and mates have their own acoustic recognition during the incubation period of a chick, which just refers to when the chick is being born and raised. Um, the mates are able to recognize each other's calls during those seasons, uh, which is just as well. Because I mean, look at how many penguins there are in this picture. It's like a Where's Waldo picture. So, yeah, it would be really difficult for a penguin to find its mate or its chick in such a crowd. Calls are also easily localized, which allows thousands of penguins to find each other amidst thousands of other penguins. Thousands of simultaneous calls means, you know, you got to be able to pick out the call that matters to you in the middle of all of these. All right, so let's talk about the acoustic properties. So, adult penguin calls are concentrated in lower frequencies, anywhere from 200 to 600 hertz, with an amplitude of over 70 decibels within 1 meter. Um, if you take a look right here at the spectrogram of the contact call, you'll see that the darker parts are at the bottom, which means that the calls are kind of concentrated in that lower frequency band, um, which lines up with that. The reason that the frequencies are so low is because it's optimal for penetrating the extreme Arc Antarctic conditions, which oftentimes are blizzards, snowstorms, high winds, things of that sort, and background noise as well. Thousands of other calls happening, like we said. Additionally, when you're going long distances with sounds, the ice sheet has a habit of absorbing higher frequencies. So lower frequencies kind of makes it so that they can travel longer. Uh, Calls consist of a short pulse note with a constant frequency, which is called the introduction, and rapid frequency modulation with harmonic bands, which is called the trill. If you look at the spectrogram again, you can see right about here along this line, there's a change in the habit of the sound. So right here, the pattern is like you have really, really short bursts of sound. That would be the introduction right here, this bit. And it's pretty much just this frequency over here. But once you shift over to the right side, you have the second part of the call, which is the trill. As you can see, there's no short bursts anymore. So that would be characteristic of the introduction. Um, and we have this part right here at the top gets darker as compared to the introduction of the call, as you can see right here, which means that instead of just staying at one frequency, it's modulating between two different frequencies really, really fast, without any pauses in between, which is why, yeah, you have really, really infrequent pauses for the trill. Um, Chicks have higher frequency calls than adult penguins, around 400 to 1200 hertz, since their calls need to stand out locally rather than travel far. This has to do more with the habits of how chicks are kept in the colony. So in the colony, you have just a group of chicks usually, and they all kind of mingle together and they stay together. And when they need their parents, the parents kind of uh have the option to come near, and then they can figure out which chick is theirs based on the call coming from inside that group of other chicks. It's unique, but it's not as long traveling as adult penguins calls because they don't need to be. They just need to be unique. All right, let's hear how these baby penguins sound.
Okay.
They like all, yeah. I don't know. And what's amazing is you look at their neck and it's just like this, but how they can stretch their neck out and get that too.
So yeah, super cute. Um, Now to talk about mechanics of how they create that sound. Like other birds, emperor penguins use their syrinx to make calls, as opposed to humans and other mammals, which use larynxes. As you can see the picture right here, this is the syrinx. It's at the junction of the trachea right here, where it splits into the two bronchi. Um, yeah, it vibrates. The way it works is air is expelled through the bronchus right here. Each of the bronchus is the bronchi. And once it passes through the syrinx, it vibrates the membrane and creates sound. The left bronchus is usually uh, responsible for the lower frequencies, and the right bronchus usually produces higher frequencies. Combined, when the penguin expels air through both of them at the same time, going through the syrinx, it creates a two-tone kind of effect, called the harmonic sweeping effect, um, which is present in the trill part of their contact calls. That and the trachea is pretty long, like it's more than half of the body. This kind of acts as an amplifier. If you ever seen like a trombone tube, it goes out really long, amplifies the sound, comes out really loud out of their beaks. Right. So just some more facts to wrap it up. Emperor penguins are an endangered species with threatened status. The main threat is global warming, causing sea ice sheets to rapidly melt. Krill fishing also increased by 400% in the past couple of years, which starves the penguins during chick rearing because that's their primary source of food. Noise pollution also contributes, if you could believe it, with shipping vessels overlapping with contact call frequencies. The overlap usually means slower response times from adults, which means chick mortality goes up. Antarctica is working on creating marine protected areas where penguins can live, which is good news because these penguins should live. Yeah. All right. So that's it for my presentation. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys learned something. and that's my work setting.